Alright, let's talk about Mobus. This boss is really cool. I'm going to show you a trick right off the bat here too, and this is also where the difficulty of the bosses really starts to ramp. So it's a lot of fun. So what you want to do is you want to just go left super fast. What you're going to do is you're just going to tuck right into this spot right here. You're going to dodge the bullets and you can actually do damage here. The movement of the camera is a little bit weird here. So it like shifts you over. I think it expects you to be in this area or something like that. But you'll have to readjust your aim. So just be careful about that. But just stand still, just shoot him, and then you can tell like there's a different. You see how like it lights up, and there's going to be an audio cue as well to know when you're hitting him. So you just kind of tuck in there and do this. So what you're going to want to do is the boss always sets like a very particular pattern, and he always goes in and out of the same the same holes. Like they go in one hole and they'll come out a different hole, but it's always the same holes each time. So the first thing about this boss is you kind of want to stick to the middle. A lot of bosses in this game, you want to stick to the outside edge of the arena, but in this boss specifically, you want to stay in this circle. Like you can kind of see this rock here. This is kind of where you want to live a lot of the time. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to come down here, and you just want to shoot him, and then you want to just be a little bit careful. So you just come back up, and then he's about to shoot out some sort of like heat-seeking missile purple ones. So you want to be just a little bit careful of those. They don't do a ton of damage, but they are going to come out. So you want to keep moving and dodge them, and you just move right into here, and you're going to see him playing on this rock, like I said a lot. And then you shoot him and shoot him until he goes down, 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 down. All right, so they've spawned a lot of souls here, and I'm going to show you where to use the souls. There's a very specific spot where you want to use it that's optimal. Don't worry about going to the souls. What's going to happen is they're going to spawn all over the map, but there's enough time in between each, like when he goes in and before he comes out, to grab a couple and then go. I'm going to show you in a minute where to use them, but the second place where he comes out is always this one right here. So I just pre-fire, and you can only hurt him on these sides. So the front and back don't hurt him in this one. So yeah, so see here I'm clicking the souls, and then I'm coming back, and he always is going to come out of this one. And this one he's going to kind of loop around. So this is where I'm saying here, you want to really press the center. So right here you can watch. So what I'm doing is I'm following him until I'm in this center spot. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant right here, and I'm just going to fire as he spins around me and down. And then what he's going to do is he's going to come back up. So I'm staying in this zone, and he's going to come back up here and loop this way. So you really want to just stay inside of that zone, because like he cuts really close. So I know you want to kind of follow him, but like I said, just always stay in this center zone. So I'm firing, and then finally he's going to go down and then go up and then out. There we go. So here now I'm running back immediately to get that last one, and that spawned. So then you're going to want to come over to this one. This is going to be your perfect spot right here. So he's going to come out, and what he does is he's going to take the long way to the right. And as soon as he comes out, what you're going to want to do is just activate your shotgun and just spread and just follow him. Just boom, 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 like that. Right? And you just follow him, and then again you're gonna try and push him over here, because if you don't get him in this spot before he exits the next tunnel, that's when his abilities start to escalate and he starts to do way more damage, or starts to shoot out way more bullets. So again, so I'm just trying to barely get the last couple zones here, or the last couple areas of where he's vulnerable. Just try and push him over, and he comes down here, and then he's going to go in this. Now, what's going to happen is you're also going to notice that when he goes in one, pay close attention to where the camera moves. So once he goes in, the camera is going to move, and then it's going to start zooming in on the next one that he's going to come out of. So even if you can't memorize the pattern, if that's too difficult for you, what you want to do is just slowly just zoom in and watch that. And so I'm kind of going, and you're going to see the camera kind of zoom in. See, it's showing me where to go. And I'm just going to finish off these last two. So you see here, I didn't finish him before he came out of this tunnel. You can do it, but you don't always do it. So what you want to do is, this is that spiral pattern, right? So you can see here, there's this spiral. So what you do is you just always, when you go into the spiral, you just counteract it, right? So you'll notice here I'm moving, and I just sort of move in that pattern, right? So I'm going to find my spot, and I'm going to go in this way into the spiral. And I'm just trying to do this just to avoid it as quickly as possible, and just try and take those two things down so I can go into the next area. Because this is just getting really crazy here. Alright, cool, we got him. So, now, the second phase for this guy. Alright, so the thing about this guy is you can only hit him in the caboose, the little butt part here. And so what you want to do is, you'll notice that my cursor up here is almost always going to try and be in line with this cargo or this one, like this link or this one. Because what's going to happen is that's going to lead him. He moves super fast. So you can't just aim here, and you can't stand behind him and shoot him that way, because what's going to happen is your bullets are slower than he is, so they're just never going to reach. So what you want to do is you always want to stay on his side and then shoot at these two crates. All right. And you can see here, like, you can see my mouse as it's moving. It's sort of always going to try and be on this one. And again, I'm playing the center. I'm playing the center. This is a lot of a war of, like, attrition here, right? Because his vulnerable spot is very small. So what you're going to want to do is just continue to aim in those spots and just try to dodge while playing the center. There's a lot of bullets coming in, but you can just sort of move in the center and dodge left and right. It looks like there's a lot more than there are. So, okay, so when he comes out of this one, this is going to get a little bit more chaotic. So what I'd recommend here is, you have plenty of time. I know it doesn't seem like it, but the boss doesn't actually have that much health. It's more just about hitting the target. And what I'm doing here is, I'm focusing much more in this phase on dodging than I am on anything else. So see how the camera zooms out for me? It knows that I'm just trying to dodge, and just, if you're kind of getting cluttered, just focus on dodging. These these guys have the same sort of, these bullets have the same sort of pattern as the other the totem boss. And what's going to happen is, you can notice here that when they come out, they're going to start spreading in a very particular pattern. You see how they make this sort of like hexagon thing? So if you stand in the area, see how they're spawning? And I'm just picking my spot and standing in it here. So you can kind of see the angles that are happening, that sort of hexagon. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about here is this one. So when he comes out of this tunnel here at the bottom, that sort of signifies like a phase change, or an introduction of a new move. What's going to happen is, there's going to be two bombs that spawn, one right here and one up here, that are going to shoot lasers. It's actually a much nice reprieve. These are much easier to dodge than all the bullets kind of going everywhere. So let's watch what happens. So we're just kind of standing in the middle. We're picking our spots. We're just slowly whittling him down. This laser spawns. We dodge. This laser spawns. He's going to come around this way. And we're shooting. And then finally the last laser here. That's the third one that shoots randomly. Alright, we just use this in our mission. We just dodge the lasers. And then we just kind of go back. Again, what we're doing is, we're just slow playing it. Like, we've sort of pushed past the like hectic spread which happens in the second phase, in like the second time he comes out. So like this one's very hectic. So we just want to, it's okay to just take your time and dodge this one and wait for the lasers, because the lasers are going to give you a much more open platform in order to, in time, to just shoot the boss, and that's okay. So now we're shooting and we're shooting, and then he goes up here, and then again. So one thing that I like to do here is this one, when he comes out, if you just fire right at him, like you're still shooting, see how I'm kind of, this is a good spot to do damage right here. So I'm just following, and I'm shooting, and then like I'm just dodging. So you see how much easier it is here? Like once you get that down, just focus on dodging and just hitting him every once in a while. There's not a lot of health in that one. All right, cool. Well, I hope that helps, and all of you have a really great night. Bye.